You know, Edgar Allan Poe was a master of the macabre, but in one of his most famous stories, The Mask of the Red Death, he hid something brilliant in plain sight. He used a handful of simple colors to map out the entire human lifespan. It's this incredible story within a story, and today we're going to deconstruct exactly how he did it.
So, can a room's color tell the story of your entire life? It sounds a little out there, right? But for Poe, the answer is a resounding yes. See, he wasn't just decorating a party scene. No, he was designing a destiny. And it all hinges on the layout of 7 very, very specific rooms. Okay, so here's the thing you have to get about this story. The 7 rooms aren't just decorations for some lavish party. They're a blueprint for life itself. Poe arranges them from east to west, which is no accident. That's sunrise to sunset. The guests think they're just mingling, but they're actually on a one-way track from birth to death. It's a one-way journey, and you can't go backwards.
So let's look at this blueprint for life. This is the symbolic roadmap that Poe laid out for us.
All right, here it is, the master plan. You can see it all laid out. We start with blue for infancy, then we move to purple for childhood, green for youth, orange for adulthood, and then white for aging. From there, it's violet for old age, leading, of course, to the final black and red room, the end. Every single color has a job to do, a specific stage of life it represents. This is anything but random. It's a deliberate, systematic path, and we're about to walk it together, room by room.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. The sunrise of life. We're in the first 2 rooms now, set as far away from the end as possible. It really captures how distant death feels when we're young, doesn't it? First up, the blue room. This is birth, infancy, literally the morning of your life. Imagine a brand new soul just looking at the world for the very first time. It's all about new beginnings, a simple and pure start before things get complicated. All right, from that pure blue, we move into the purple room. This is childhood. It's where simple awareness starts to become a real self-awareness, you know? Our senses are deepening. Think about it. Purple is a mix of that calm blue and a little bit of fiery red. It's the perfect color for showing how our personalities start getting more complex. And now we're hitting the peak. This is the prime of life, the absolute peak of our vitality, energy, and achievement. So this is where life really kicks into high gear. You've got green for youth, that burst of energy. Then comes orange for adulthood, when we're at our most productive. And finally, white, where things start to, well, cool down. Let's dig into each of these.
Okay, so green. That's the springtime of life, right? Just pure, raw energy and growth. Then we hit orange, which is like the autumn years. It's the harvest. This is peak adulthood, accomplishments, career, all that stuff. And then we get to white, the winter of life. Hair turns gray, things start slowing down. It's a time for reflection for sure, but there's no denying it. The peak is officially in the rearview mirror.
All right, the party's winding down. The tone shifts here because we're leaving those bright, vital rooms and entering the approaching shadow. This next room is violet. These are the twilight years. It's this really interesting transitional space, you know? It's the bridge between a life fully lived and what comes next. Action isn't the point anymore. It's all about reflection, about memory. And you can bet everyone in this room is suddenly very, very aware of that big black clock ticking just one room away. And that's because violet is so often the color of mourning, of deepening shadows. It's the color of a setting sun. You can just feel the energy drain out of the party. Everyone knows exactly where they are, standing right on the threshold of the end.
And here we are, the final destination, the last room at the western end of the Abbey, the journey's end.
I mean, just look at this. On the left, you have all the colors of life. Blue, purple, green, all of it. A whole spectrum. And on the right, the color of death. Just black and that blood-red light. The entire vibrant journey, all of it, boils down to this. It's so stark. See, black isn't just a color in this case. It's the total absence of color, the absence of light, of life. It's a negation of everything we just walked through. The journey has ended. And that red light? Well, that connects this room directly to the Red Death, the very thing everyone was hiding from. There's no escaping it. And this is Poe's whole point, isn't it? That all the colors of life, all the experiences, all the joy and struggle, they all eventually dissolve into the blackness of death.
It doesn't matter which room you came from. Everyone ends up here.
So, what Poe proves with this incredibly systematic arrangement is that life isn't just some chaotic, random mess. He's making a powerful point that every single human life follows a predictable and, yeah, an inescapable path. We are all, in our own way, just walking through these 7 rooms. Which brings us to a final thought, a question for you. If life is this series of rooms, which color defines the room you're in right now? It's something to think about, isn't it?